Josh, thank you for joining me for a few minutes. It's a pleasure to meet you. How you doing?
Doing all right, Manny. How you doing?
Pretty good. I pass by your picture every day here in the studio. We're a CBS NBC duopoly, so St. Denis is right there every morning. Congratulations on the series. How fun are you having playing Dr. Bruce?
Yeah, he's the best character. I mean, probably my favorite character I've ever played. I mean, he's kind of bulletproof in his own mind, uh, and so to play someone with that level of confidence is it's great because I'm just not like that in real life. I don't carry that kind of confidence around with me. I sort of wish I did. Life looks pretty good for a guy like Bruce, even though he's deluded a lot of the time.
So it sounds like you take a little bit away from your character that maybe you could
Yeah,
apply in real life.
yeah.
Now this is an upgrade from you because we've seen you as a pharmacist over at Superstore. Tell me, what are some of the similarities in Superstore, being that it has some of the same creatives, some of the same actors that make the show successful?
Yeah, well, I think because of that mockumentary style, the shaky cam, it's not, locked in and what they call sort of studio style, where it's really slick and glossy. I think when you're a little bit more run and gun like that mockumentary style, you've got to make sure that it's grounded in authenticity even more. Yeah, of course, outrageous things are going to happen. And we want it to happen. We need it to happen. That's what makes it a comedy. But ultimately, you find that if you pitch it just too broad, that style it kind of jars with the style a bit. So it's a balance. It's about finding that balance between being outrageous when you need to be, but grounding it at all times to make sure that these people are real, or feel real enough.
Yeah, and you got to have that chemistry, make it seem like you really do work together. Like, for
Yeah.
example, with Dr. Ron, David Alan Grier, you and him have some amazing episodes together. I can't tell you how much fun I had watching you guys fight over candy bars. And so, tell me about that chemistry with Greer and how that is on set because man, I love watching you guys together.
Oh, wow, that's so nice of you to say. Yeah, look, obviously, working with someone like David could be intimidating because of his body of work behind him, and he's a heavy hitter, and but he's just generous. You come in, he doesn't ever kind of make you feel like there's an imbalance there, and so working with him is easy, and it's in his bones. This sort of stuff, this kind of comedy, he's done so much of it that it's kind of second nature to him. But the dynamic between the two of them is really fun to play, and I think, as you mentioned, the Nutrageous episode is a good example of the kind of fun you can have in a hospital outside of the medical world, that even at its heart, these people are just people and they have, you know, regular folly. Bruce is petty and pedantic and hyperfixated, and he'll sort of take things way too far. I mean, my hope is that the nutrageous fixation carries on throughout the seasons. I hope he never stops rubbing Ron's face in the nutrageous thing. I hope that's a prank that they keep playing on each other for like 6, 7 seasons.
Well, speaking on that, congratulations also on being renewed for a second season. It's really tough, I feel, these days to really take a show and let it really develop and blossom so you can really fall for the characters. What does it mean to you to be able to play a character for multiple seasons? Like you said, having running gags now, something that you've laid a foundation in season one, and knowing that you'll be able to do more with it.
Yeah, look, it's a good point. Now we have so much content out there, right? It's so hard to hold an audience's attention because, it's like cats with a laser pointer. What's new? Where else can, they're always looking around. And so yeah, to be able to have the time to develop a show and to build it out and to make it, more and more interesting each time, each episode, it's the dream. So when we heard about the renewal, it was a huge relief. It was excitement. It was like, okay, we get to do this again, and we get to explore new ground. Like, what else can we do? It's not ever about, great, we'll just do season one again, but slightly different. No, it's always about how do we make this better and bigger and more interesting each time? How do we push the boundaries even more? So, yeah, I think that's what's going to be really exciting to discover in season two is how much further we can take it.
Yeah, and I think that'll just lay the groundwork for a third season and beyond. So I'm really excited for that. That's really great. Now, when you're going to play Dr. Bruce, a surgeon, Did you look at maybe some serious roles that are already out there to kind of to maybe mock a little bit to be able to kind of heighten up? How did you prepare for
Well,
it?
I think I looked more at documentaries, documentaries in hospital. I really wanted to see, yeah, a bit more of how they really do it. But then, of course, just having in the back of your head so many medical dramas that we've all seen growing up, I think is important too, because having the camera there in the hospital, as you know, the staff are aware of the camera being there. I think it's impossible for Bruce not to think this is his ER moment. I think he kind is drawing on some of those classic medical dramas like ER and Grey's Anatomy and stuff. I think he sees himself as a bit of a McDreamy, and so every time he's aware of the camera, I think he plays it up a little bit, just to make sure that they're getting his best side.
Yeah, we see that in a couple of episodes coming up. With one where there's a guest, and he wants to partake with him.
I
There's
know
also
exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah,
and
that's
then there's also a plumbing episode where he goes, "I cut up bodies. How hard could this pipe be?"
yeah, yeah. There's nothing's a problem for Bruce. He can do it all,
Yeah,
and
it's
yet
so
he
good.
can't.
Tell me, last question. What is it like to be behind the scenes with that wonderful cast? Because it looks like you guys are having a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's one of those rare things that I really wanted to turn up to work every morning. I mean, it sounds soapy and saccharine, but it's true. It really was like in the days that I had off, I'd be at home going, "Oh, I sort of wish I was on set. I have more fun on set than I do when I'm not working." And that's actually not common. It's not that work is ever bad. It's just you don't always start working with people where you realize, oh, I think these people are going to be my friends outside of this job. Like we're actually good friends. And so, yeah, we laugh a lot and everyone is really grateful for being there. I think we all feel lucky that we have this job and it makes it a really good work environment.
And that translates on screen because we're having a lot of fun watching you. Josh, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate getting to spend a few minutes with you. And I cannot wait to see what you guys have in store for the rest of the season and the seasons beyond.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, Manny.
Take care. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, man. Bye.